Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. In this video, we're going to take a look at a 2018 Rav4 Adventure. This is the most sporty looking Rav4 that Toyota has made to date, and it's a really cool car with some really aggressive looking features. We're going to go over the inside, the outside, all the technical specs, and we're going to end up in the driver's seat where I'll show you how all the buttons work. And I would like to give a huge thank you and shout out to Midstate Toyota in Asheboro, North Carolina for the opportunity to film this vehicle. Be sure to visit Midstate Toyota on the worldwide internet machine. I'll be sure to leave all of their information in the description box below. I think the first thing that strikes you when you look at the Rav4 Adventure is the wheels, and I love them. Seems like there's been a big trend to making dark wheels on vehicles. You also notice that there is a like a matte finish stripe up the hood there. You see that? It has an overall height with the roof rails of 67.1 inches, an overall width of 72.6 inches. The overall length is 183.5 inches, and it has a wheelbase of 104.7 inches. And it has an overall ground clearance of 6.5 inches. The curb weight is 3,345 pounds, and the gross vehicle weight is 4,525 pounds. It has a cargo volume of 73.4 inches, and that's the maximum cargo volume, and 38.4 inches if the second row seat is folded up. Fuel tank capacity is 15.9 gallons, and it actually has a tow capacity of 2,900 pounds. Here's your key fob. You can see lock on the top. Below that is unlock. Below that is the hold button for the power rear door, and below that in the red is the panic alarm. Now, the way the smart access system works is that you just keep this on your person the whole time. And as long as this is on you, whether it's in a pocket or a purse, you can use the vehicle completely. So I'll put this in my pocket, and then the doors are locked, and I'm going to approach the door and just grab the handle and open. Do you see how fast that happened? Then when you want to lock the door, you just press this area right here. You see those two lines? You're going to press that and just take your finger off, and that will lock the doors. Check this out. And now the doors are locked. Notice also that there's no lines on the handle for the back, so there's no smart access operation for the back handles. It's only going to be for the front handles. Whenever you hit lock once, it will lock all the doors. If you hit unlock once, it unlocks the driver's door. Unlock twice, it unlocks all four doors. At that point, you can then take this and press hold and hold it in, and it won't work because it's been disabled. In order to operate the rear door, you locate the button there that says hold, and you press and hold. And it comes right up. You can see how this one is adjusted at the current time to kind of open like almost like level with the roof, it looks like. You see that? So you can see that this is actually a little bit on the short side. And if I came running up to this like at full speed, it would probably take the top of my head off and I would get blood everywhere. So we can adjust that. Adjust height, 2 seconds. So what I'm gonna do is take it, I'm gonna push it up all the way. There you go. And now that's the opening height. So that's better. You have the Adventure all-weather floor mat right there. That's really, really cool. I like that. And then there's a power outlet here, and that's just like an outlet in your house. 120 volt. 100 watt cargo hook there, and then this is for like a tonneau cover if you had that in the vehicle. Lighting here on the left side, so you can cut that on. I would leave that on because when the door back door closes, that goes out anyways. And you can see that that back seat is a 60-40 split. This portion will fold independently of this portion, so if you needed to have 2 passengers here and still carry something big, you could fold that right one or vice versa. You can see 3 labels there. That's going to be for child safety seat anchors, all right there. So that's where you're going to hook your child safety seats. And then you also have little silver hooks, one there, and then one on the other side on the far left. That's if you're carrying something big and you need to tie it down. I just folded that second seat down, and now check this out. Look how big that is. That is like a massive area that you have for storage. And I like how there is like a flat panel right there, and that makes it so that there's no gap between the seat bottom and the floor of the back of the cargo area. So you won't lose stuff down in that gap if you're moving anything. But the way the seat folds is, what you'll do is do that to fold the seat down and just pull it back up, just like that. Nice button right there in order to fold that headrest. There used to be a much more difficult way of doing that. You actually had to remove the headrest from these posts right there, and you can still do that. There's a button right there that you can push, but now they've made it to where you don't have to move the headrest or remove the headrest. You can just take it once it's up in that position, and you can push that button down so that you can fold the seat back all the way down for a flat position. That is a fantastic way of doing that. Then you have your material here. This is nice. It's nice and firm. And you've got like a kind of a stitched patchwork type of material there that's really nice and rugged. That's a impressive cargo area size. Then when you're finished operating it, you can either push a little button that's right there on the under lip of that door, or you can take this and press and hold, and it'll close it right up. The suspension system is independent McPherson strut front suspension with a stabilizer bar and double wishbone style multi-link rear suspension with stabilizer bar. It also has electric power steering with power assisted rack and pinion. That electric power assisted steering gives you a turning circle diameter of 34.8 feet. Under the hood here is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder dual overhead cam 16 valve engine with dual variable valve timing with intelligence. Produces 176 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 172 pound-foot of torque at 4,100 RPM. You can see there's your battery. You have a breather box or an air box right there. That's where your engine air filter is going to be. Then you've got brake fluid right there in that little reservoir. And your engine oil dipstick is going to be that little yellow head fella right there. And coolant to the left in that pink container. And then you have windshield washer fluid all the way to the far left with another relay and fuse box to the far left. And here's your engine oil fill right there, and you can see it says 0W20. That means it's fully synthetic oil, and that means you're going to change the oil every 10,000 miles. You want to be sure to rotate those tires every 5,000 miles. The front headroom with the moonroof is 38.9 inches, and the shoulder room is 57.3 inches. Front hip room, 54.3 inches. Legroom up front, 42.6 inches, especially when you have on amazing blue tropical socks like that. Yes. I love the seats in these things. You've got two handles right here, and this handle is going to recline the rear seat back, and then this handle is going to move the seat up and down. You can see that motion there, and that moves that seat up, and then that moves it down. And so you can, if you're tall, you want to put it down. Also, you have side impact airbags all right there, driver's side knee airbag. You also have side curtain airbags there, and also in the rear. Airbag in the steering wheel, and also of course in the dash over there. So you're going to press L, and then you can make your adjustments to your mirror, down, left, right, up. Then this is going to be to control your gauge brightness up and down. And then this is lane departure warning, lane departure alert. So when that is pressed in, that means that feature is active. You also have a button here, and that's going to control the opening of the rear door. So you press and hold, it will open, press and hold, it will close. On the left side of your steering wheel is going to be your steering wheel audio controls, Bluetooth control, and then radio down there. You see where it says mode and hold. That will change your audio mode from AM, FM, CD, apps, things like that. Then you have voice commands there on the bottom left. Then on the right side of your steering wheel, you have a multi-directional keypad with a selection button there in the middle, little back arrow, and your trip meter. And then that bottom one is going to be for the radar cruise control to control the distance of the radar cruise. And then there's your cruise control stalk down there at the bottom right. What I was telling you about this multi-directional keypad, this controls what pops up on that center display there between the tachometer and the speedometer. So I'm pressing down right now, and you can make all kinds of different selections. Just press right. And so right now we're in the information screen, and you see I on the top left, then music, radar cruise and lane departure alert, emergency messages, and vehicle settings. That's lane departure alert, pre-collision system, blind spot monitor, power back door, vehicle settings, and meter settings. So I can hit the back arrow, or I can hit to the right, and then I can press down, and this is going to be all fuel economy information. Pretty neat. You can see down there at the very bottom it says BSM in green. That means the blind spot monitor is actually on. And right here in the center console you have your touch screen. You can see there it says audio on the left, apps, home, and then on the far right it has seek, track, and play. You have audio source right here. The audio screen is active right now, so you can see all the different audio sources. Then you can press apps, and this is where you're going to see things like your navigation system, if it has it, and then setup, audio, phone. What I really recommend if you get one of these is early on, press setup and go and customize the vehicle. And what I mean by that is you can see it says setup right there. So setup works in order for you to actually customize the vehicle exactly the way you want it to be customized according to all of these settings. And so that is so neat. I really recommend doing the home screen and go 3-panel and have, that's a perfect setup for me. Audio, phone, and weather. So when your phone is hooked up, you can hit OK, and look at that. So that's information that you're probably going to be most likely to want to take a look at quickly when you're in the car. So if you have your phone connected, you'll see your quick dials here. If the radio was on, we would see our radio station. Then there's our weather, and that's free through the weather channel, HD. So that's not a subscription-based thing. That's free. That's just software in the car. These are also clickable, so I can touch any of those squares, and it'll expand it right into the full screen. Then you can hit 3-day and see what the extended forecast is. Pretty cool. Back arrow. Then you can have current weather, national, all that stuff. So neat. Climate system is all right there, and it does have dual zone climate control. So you have your driver's side and then your passenger side over there. And then right there in the middle you have your filtration system right there, and then recirculate, and then fan speed manual, fan mode. So that's allows you to change the different modes. And then front defrost, rear defrost. When you press sync, it will synchronize the temperature for both driver and passenger right there, so that if I go here and I can see I can control them right at the same temperature at the same time, but then if I press that and cut it off, I have now independent control of either side. I recommend syncing and then going auto, and then just let the vehicle maintain that cabin temperature. Eco mode and sport mode right there, and that's going to control something called throttle mapping. So when you press eco mode, you see a little button up here that says eco on the dash, and eco mode makes it operate in a more fuel efficient manner, and it makes it so that you have to press the gas pedal down further in order to achieve speed. When you press sport, sport is now on the dash, and you don't have to press the gas pedal as far down in sport mode, and that kind of makes it feel like it has more torque. You have a USB and an auxiliary jack right there. This is neat because you can actually plug in a thumb drive or like a flash drive and pull music off of that. You can also hook your iPhone or Android into that, and you can play music off of that as well. PowerPoint. Nice little storage cubby areas. Big cup holder, and I think this is pretty cool. Finally, it's not just a circle. You know why that's cut out right there? For a coffee cup. That is genius. So that if you bring a regular, ceramic coffee cup from home and it has a little handle right here, it's not leaning in the cup holder. You can just sit it right down and the handle goes there. Great idea. Little storage there, perfect for a phone. Storage there. Then you have your Adventure shifter. You can see how it's kind of embossed right there with that Adventure logo, and then that carbon fiber snakeskin looking trim. It's not really carbon fiber, fiber, but it looks pretty cool. Here's your backup camera with dynamic grid lines. You can see as I'm turning the steering wheel, the little yellow moves and the blue lines are fixed. That's how you can really line it up properly inside a parking space if you're backing up. If you use this properly, you can actually park it more straight backwards than forward. I really recommend that. Okay, everybody, that's going to wrap up our look for the 2018 Toyota Rav4 Adventure. Thanks so much for watching. Also, another huge thank you to Midstate Toyota in Asheboro, North Carolina for the opportunity to film this lovely Rav4. Hit that subscribe button if you like this video. And if you want more content like this delivered to you hot off the press, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And also check out HowToCarGuy.com on the worldwide internet machine for more stuff. That's my website. But the most important thing of all, have a great day, everybody.